good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper delish, and that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world. So I hope that we're feeling the love. We continue to feel alive. Okay, my delicious babies now then. So let's switch my lights on. Oh, they are on. They are on, my delicious babies. They are on. Okay. So so it's now 2 p.m. on the 1st of we wouldn't say March then. The 1st of May, my delicious babies, on this 2026. Okay, on this Friday afternoon in our old England Brummy land. A little bit of wind, but it is a lot warmer today. So that makes a refreshing change. Used to be a tea bag advert that used to use those words. Anyway, my delicious babies. So so once I'm finished, I'm going to get a t-shirt on because I love little piggies. It's a figure of speech because I'm sweating like a PRG. Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, and there is a little bit of cloud, but there's blue sky. And the sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. And something else I want to say, my delicious babies, just before I begin, okay? Now, I'm noticing, I've been talking on and off about this forever, my delicious babies, okay? And I'm noticing lots of different little flowers. I've been talking on and off about this for years on my videos, my delicious babies, but nobody ever listens to my videos, you know. But we all know the reason why. We all know the reason why, don't we, my delicious babies? Not to worry, not to worry. I'm really not concerned about that, okay? There's always somebody seeing and there's always somebody hearing. Okay, my delicious babies, anyway. And because of this, I've been doing this now for a long time and I'm trying to draw myself to a conclusion as I feel what could be happening. So, could it be the wind, okay, that's blowing? This sounds mad to you, my delicious babies, okay, but there's a point to what I'm saying, okay? It's like, say if I go on my grass now, mind you, they're both due to be cut again, okay? My delicious babies. So, say if I go on my grass, and I would say to, which I always try my best not to trample on flowers. Do you know what I mean? My delicious babies like daisies or something like that. So you could go on a grass where there's lots of daisies and you could go on a grass where there's no daisies. But then once your feet have touched the grass with all the daisies and then you've gone on to the grass that doesn't have any daisies, well, then next thing you know, there's daisies growing. Do you follow what I'm saying, my delicious babies? Yes. Anyway, so there could be that. But I'm wondering whether what is coming down from above us, sorry, my delicious babies, never need to stumble there, whether they're sending like these little flowers. And it's like, like when you look at mushrooms and things like this now then. No, I'm not talking about magic mushrooms, my delicious babies. I'm not talking about magic mushrooms, mind you, from what I hear to do with about Born in the USA. They're talking a lot about mushrooms, aren't they, my delicious babies? So it appears to myself that very sadly, if ones are not careful, they will become, there we are, shall we say, hooked on something else, my delicious babies. Now, I remember from decades ago, they used to be called magic mushrooms. Well, I'm wondering what will be in those mushroom medicines, my delicious babies. Right now then, so anyway, I'm not going to stay long, okay, because I want to try and get outside today and, cook something to eat. And I've got my beautiful dear little friend Kaz. So how's your beautiful dear little self, your beautiful dear little friend Kaz, your beautiful dear little family?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. So, yeah. So our beautiful dear little Kaz has come to see myself today, bless her. And I said, if you want to join in the conversation, I said, you're more than welcome, didn't I?
Yes.
My little lovely. Yeah. So, anyway, so like, that's that. Now then, so yeah. So if you want to join in, my beautiful dear little Kaz, if not, it's all right. You just have a chill and relax. You just chillax, my little lovely. Okay. Now then, sorry.
I will chillax.
Oh, she's going to chillax. Okay. Now then, so I put up a shorty video. Anyway, of a quack. I've duck go this just to be sociable, my delicious babies. And it turns out that this coin, okay, it's a 2p coin. I did put up a shorty video, okay, but YouTube decided very nicely to drop it in to my normal videos. There we are. Do you know what I mean? My delicious babies, okay. So whereas, say, a lot of my shorty videos, they will get viewed, but maybe it could be the year of this. Okay, my delicious babies. So what is it? This is an Irish 1971. Take the notice of my. I've got to clean another neighbour's bin today as well. Anyway, no, because I offer. Okay, my delicious babies, we need to keep everywhere clean and tidy anyway. So my hands are always in water. It's very rare you ever see me use rubber gloves. Everything, I get stuck in. Okay, my delicious babies. Well, this, because there's two, oh, bless the dear little souls, not in that way. There's two, like, Indian shops not far from where I live, like local shops. And out of one of those shops came this, which is an Irish 2p piece, 1971. Okay, my delicious baby. So me and my beautiful dear little friend Kaz now then, what we were just discussing, I said, you imagine how many hands this coin has been in. You know what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes, anyway, so getting back to the battery now, right? So duck, quack, go. My lovely dear little friend Kaz, she laughed her head off. She said it was your face, Carla, because she says, well, how much is it worth? And because I quack, goed it, right? She's still laughing. She said your face, right? What is it?
Saw your face. You thought, because before we took in the thousands,
Guess how much madder she's doing. Right, eBay. Oh gosh, I've said them. Oh, flipping damn it. Oh, I'm not changing my video, man. I do my best not to flip it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, mind you, maybe there's a reason why it slipped out, right? eBay, they're selling this coin because somebody else has clearly got one as well, my delicious babies, wherever that is. I don't know, in the United Kingdom, which of course I call England, okay? And that doesn't mean no. Just, getting hair out of bird dress. Well, they're selling it. One is selling £4.48 for a 2p coin. But USD, wait for it, lasted big spenders. 10p and 11p. So this poor little coin couldn't buy a bag of sweets. Not even a lollipop. Okay? Well, these days, not even a bottle of water because you've got to flipping pay for everything, haven't you? Anyway, but imagine how many hands. No, on a serious note, imagine all the people.
It was done 1971.
Yeah.
From 19 to over 54 years.
54.
Look how many millions of hands we had.
Exactly.
Million, you have to say over 1 billion people.
Just for USD just to offer them 10 and 11p.
Yeah. Over 1 million, jeez, please.
Do you know what? I reckon whoever prices these has got the price wrong. They've got to have it wrong, Marge. You should baby. See, Corby right. Corby correct now.
No.
You know what I mean? Anyway, what's the point to what I'm making? If we go back to, there we are, 1971. Lots of shining, lots of shining.
1971.
What happened in 1971?
1971, I left primary school.
Yeah,
Went to secondary school.
yeah.
And it was nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything. I should have researched this first, to be honest, Mads Little Babies. But one thing that stood out to myself, because I've never ever come across one of these coins before.
Before, yeah.
I remember so many years back, but I'm probably going back now. Oh gosh, got to be 20 years ago, 2 decades ago, where I noticed that there was some foreign coins flying around, like you know, like the Spanish and what's that other one that was flying around? Oh, I can't flipping remember. It's on tip of my tongue. Is it Egyptian?
All I know is the Irish.
Anyway, the point is they were flying around. Okay, so there'd be no use to anybody here because obviously everybody has their own different currencies.
But the other currencies, the old one, if you got those, the old type one,
Yeah,
like the old threepence we used to have
yeah,
in them days.
Yeah.
They say if you got them old ones, half p and everything,
Yeah.
they cost money.
oh yeah, yeah.
They cost money.
I've got a little tiny metal detector. It's only a small one. It just fits in your hand. And you know, I was thinking to myself, should I go and do a little bit of metal? I tried in my back garden, but there weren't no treasure there. I suppose you got to go to the Highlands.
You have to look at that woman.
The Highlands.
That woman found it. What's it? A little tea, something I don't know. It was some dinosaur thing.
Oh yeah,
She
dinosaur.
was minding around business. She just saw. She was minding around. She saw something. Then she just picked it up.
And it was a dinosaur.
Dinosaur
Bones.
bone teeth.
Oh, it was the teeth.
It was the teeth.
Where was that? Please, Cass.
In
Thank you.
some foreign place.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Foreign place. But you know, she gave to them.
Because they say that it's theirs, don't they? So we see a lot of this in life, don't we, dear little Kaz? My beautiful, delicious little babies out there. We see a lot of that, don't we? Where everybody finds things and then you have to return them.
They think that is theirs.
Because they think it's theirs.
Yes, because look at this little boy.
Do you know what I mean, Martin?
Yes. He was messing about.
Yeah.
And he heard something, you know, he had one of those, what you call and he dig. He was just digging, he just dig it up. And he found a sword.
My love, there's only you in my life.
A sword and like a shield thing.
Yeah.
And apparently it worked grand.
Yeah.
And then what it was, they tell us that I feed them.
Yeah.
And the man says, no. You just have to give to it. It was his.
Yeah.
Right. And the little boy says, it's mine. Right. You just say it's mine, which it is.
Yeah.
So they had to give him money for it.
Yeah.
You know, the parents, they had to persuade him. Because that was a, what do you call what kind of people, in them days, what do you call them?
I don't know, Kaz.
Oh,
You're doing this with your hands. What do you call them? Oh, it'll come back to you, won't it? We this is what it's like with my channel, Mads Little Babies. We talk about all different. No, but sorry, excuse me. What's the point I'm making, Mads Little Babies and our lovely dear little Kaz? What's the point that I'm making? It should be finders keepers, unless, because my dad used to say to myself, if you find something, say even if it's on a bus. So if it's on a bus, say for example, or like when I used to do glass collecting when I was 16, I found in a toilet, and it was a purse. I said it on one of my earlier videos years ago, and I found a purse, handed it in, never even looked at it, just handed it in, you know, because I was going into the toilet and I just washed my hands, just took the purse out with me, myself. And anyway, so there happened to be information to say whose purse it was. What was in there? 250, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Yeah. And then, you know, the steward, he said to myself, he said, if ever you find anything like that again, he said, what did he say, his words? Anyway, I won't say. The point of the matter is, he was disgusted. I'll never forget his name either, but, you know, him and his wife, they were ever so lovely. Not in that way, really lovely there was. And because we used to sing the Free and Easy as well. Anyway, and so then I go back to my glass collecting. So I'd have a sing song on the stage and then get back down and collect the glasses. Anyway, my delicious babies, and what he was disgusted about and furious is that the woman came to pick up her purse. She checked everything. She said, well, everything's there.
Yeah.
And I'd already spoken to my employer.
Yeah.
And I said, I haven't even touched it. I've only touched it just to bring it straight to you. So all of the ka-ching was there. And what he was furious about is that she never even offered me, not even so much one squid for finding it.
She lucky she get it.
And he said, words to effect. He said, well, if ever she leaves something somewhere again, he says, well,
she won't get it again.
You know, it's up to, no, but he said it's up to, he said somebody else wouldn't be as kind and honest as you, Carla.
As you do.
Yeah. So anything like that, yes. But I believe if it's out on the street, say for example, if you see, okay, let me just, instead of going around the houses, you know, on number 17, always remember number 17, my traditional babes. Say if you're walking down the road, because I've done it, say if somebody's even dropped a receipt, could be anything out of the pocket, or they've dropped something, could be a packet of tissues, anything. And if I've been behind them over the decades, I've ran up, picked it up. I said, oh, sorry. I said, excuse me, please, you know, your receipt or your packet of tissues. Oh, thank you so very much, like that. But if you found something and you know full well, honest is honest, and you haven't seen anybody drop anything, whether it's ka-ching, whether it's, could be anything. If you, honest of heart to heart, and you pick it up, well, I believe that it's finders keepers.
Yeah, it is.
So therefore, it's just like if somebody leaves a book. Some years back, ones were leaving books, you know, like on the bus. So they were leaving a book, and then somebody else would pick up that book. Then they would read the book, and then they would then maybe put it onto a train. Do you know what I mean? Mad Delicious Babies, okay? What's that song? Midnight Train to Georgia. Okay, Mad Delicious Babies. So my point is, if you find something genuinely, you have not stolen that. But we've been brought up to believe that if you could go to a highland, I don't know, there could be a bush there. There could be a bush or a tree. Sometimes want to say, well, there's nothing up there. Well, that's not necessarily so, is it? So if you find something and you're not harming anybody else, well, that should be yours. And there we are, and yours alone.
That's all good.
But what they do is just like the way we're enslaved. So we're enslaved to work until you drop, and then once you drop, and then in between that, one's paying for insurance, make sure that they've got the right coffin and all that mad baby. So I'm not saying this to hurt or offend or upset anybody. No, I'm not. I'm just speaking a damn truth. And our beautiful dear creator now then, there we are, love the truth, isn't it? So the fact of the matter is, ones are then paying insurance. I get them through my flipping letterbox all the time. what's it called? Sun laugh. Well, there's
Yeah.
nothing flipping sunny about that when you're pushing up flipping daisies, is there?
Oh, I'm with Sun now.
No, but especially if you're pushing up daisies, when, say, for example, well, maybe you've gone a bit before your time or something like that then. So there's nothing sun laugh about that, is there? No, I'm just done saying it. I mean, who would even come up with a you know, like a company name like that? Yeah, no, did you? Yeah, well, yeah. But do you know what I mean? Nah, to just babies, dear little cash, yes. So you know, so while you're here, you know, they want you to, you know, get yourself a flipping, you know, pay for which coffin you want, you know. So there you are, sat there looking through the old catalogue, you know, which coffins you're going to flipping choose. Whether you're going to have horses or, oh, they're so beautiful, the horses. You know, whether you're going to have a horse-drawn carriage or not, or a limousine, they used to be, what is it, 150, ching, ching, ching per limousine. I don't know how much they are now. Because it's been...
Your first car is free. Your first car always free. You have to pay for the second one.
There's very few things in life that are genuine and free. A dear little casa, delicious little babies.
The only thing they pay for the first car is free.
Yeah.
The family car is free.
Yeah, but while you're here, that's what I said. But while you're here, so you know, you get to work or whatever you do, okay. Then you're paying out all that. Then you're paying out so that your family, if you have family, so that they can have a bit of ka-ching as well, okay? All it is, it goes from one hand to the other. So you come in, it go out. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, I'm not going to keep rambling on. So, anyway, so we've discussed that, dear little Casmine, delicious little babies, okay? But thank you for listening. I know what I'm talking about. I just believe that anybody out there, of course, when I finish this video, my delicious little babies, to your beautiful, dear little selves, and thank you so very much, beautiful, dear little friend Kaz, for joining me on my videos. Well, it might be on blank screen, which means it comes up grey, so it means that YouTube is not liking this form of conversation that I'm having, okay? That's why I put screen back on blank. So you will see my birth race and, you know, and everything, but they let me know their distaste. Okay, my delicious babies, their distaste. Okay? But, yeah, I just believe it is finders keepers. So what is it that I'm saying to anybody out there? If anybody does have those metal detectors and they do go travelling to different places, whether it's in our old England or somewhere else, maybe do not be so inclined to be so, you know, nasty passy and go and give it in. If you can find out what metal it is, you can find out something. Go and get it melted down or do something and do it quick smart. Give whoever it is a little bit of ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching for all of their help now then. Yes. Because why should they have? And that's the point I'm making. So everybody's working, everybody's doing this, everybody finds the crown jewels, just a figure of speech. And then you've got to go and hand it, they're taking the pee, man. Anyway, let's go on to the first video. Now, sorry, excuse me. This video here, I'm halfway through listening to my delicious little babies and dear little Kaz, okay? Now, they're all on YouTube today. Now, the uploader is called capital J Journal hyphen capital H History and then space capital D Documentaries. So the uploader's called, and with anybody not in that way, Journal hyphen History Documentaries, sorry, okay? Now, I forgot how many flipping subscribers I have. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's just get to the point. The video should read, and it's about 45 minutes long, this video. 500 years frozen. The Inca children. Yeah, got to remember the Ren on the end. That's why I say little bands. Who changed history. mummies alive. Okay, my delicious babies. So I'm just going to quickly repeat this again. 500 years frozen, the Inca children who changed history, mummies alive. Okay, my delicious babies. So what they're saying in this video basically is that they found this full little girl, teenager, who's 14, and they found her at the top of this mountain hill thing. Okay, my delicious babies. I'm just wondering, how can you find somebody who is, and they were like sort of curled up like this? I really want you to take a look at this video, my delicious babies, please, and thank you for anybody who happens to have a form of an interest, because I cannot see myself how you can find somebody who looks like that. But it seems very odd to myself, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? Don't you think that's really odd? I'll show you the video, then you'll see for yourself. I cannot see, I genuinely cannot see how this could be true, and that they can lift her out. It just doesn't make sense to myself.
Did they find her dead?
Yes, she passed away. We don't like that word dead. We seem to hear a lot of it.
How long?
Well, it says here 500 years.
Wow.
I can't see how,
What is 500?
and that she was frozen.
And from there?
I can't see this anyway.
That
But-
makes sense.
Well, anyway, I came out to the Schlick Babies anyway. It never came up on my feed. It's just something that, for some strange reason, caught my attention. Anyway, now, the next one, my to the Schlick Babies. So it's a mixture of videos what I'm doing today, okay? The next one, you upload out 2 words into one, capital G, grow, capital V, veg. So it's grow veg. This upload happens to have 1.11 million subscribers, my delicious babies. This video here is about 20 odd minutes long. Now then, it should read, the clever reason smart gardeners hoard egg cartons. Okay, my delicious babies, so I'm just going to repeat this again for you. The clever reason smart gardeners hoard egg cartons. Okay, really interesting to look at. And ones are probably thinking, what planet is this woman on today? That I'm bonkers, crackers and crazy. No, I'm not. I seriously feel, sorry, excuse me, that I too have overlooked a lot. So, I mean, we're talking about cardboard, we're talking about everything now. When you can see, there we are, what could be done with all of this. You know, like where ones just throw cardboard boxes and everything. You know, I mean, I'm growing my beautiful little celery. She's growing really strong now, you know. In the kitchen, they're starting to sprout. They've been sprouting now. My little carrots. Okay, in a bowl of water, okay, not a full, you know, just so they can have it. Cucumbers and spuds, and I'm doing the spuds in the cardboard, my delicious little babies, and the cucumber in like this little cardboard, you know, all I did was just sellotape. Do you see what I mean? Just to seal, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, at least I'm trying. I am seeing some results. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But of course, it takes time. But yes, there's a point, there we are, to everything what I'm saying. And I'm really getting into it. I really am, you know. Kaz. Yeah, please, sweet. Thank you. That sounds like Chinese music. It is, yeah. Okay, my delicious babies now then. The next one, my delicious babies. This uploader happens to have 178,000 subscribers, and it's I forgot what the flipping uploader's called. I never wrote it down. I'm sorry, my delicious little babies. So I was talking as well, you know, when I was writing it. Anyway, I'm sorry about this. If you please and thank you, type it into YouTube, okay? Stop. This is how it should read, and then you're going to follow what I'm saying, okay? Stop using a sieve incorrectly. 16 handy hacks. I'm just going to repeat this again for you, mad delicious little babies. Stop using a sieve incorrectly. 16 handy hacks. And if you type all of that in, you're then going to find the uploader with 178,000 subscribers. Put it this way, you know, I myself personally happen to live with very little. You may find that really hard to believe, but it is the truth. Okay? I've been spending so long, there we are, so long deprogramming myself from the material, haven't I? From the material, my dear little friend Kaz, and our beautiful, delicious little babies that you are, because I'm really trying to do things where I love little rats, it's a figure of speech, but I need to come out of the rat race, there we are, and I am making a conscious effort to do this, okay? But I'm taking it step by step, brick by brick. Do you see what I mean, mad little babies, okay? So I can live with very little. Do you see what I mean? I do not need all the gadgets. I do not need everything. Anyway, that video is just over, is it about 8.5 minutes long, just over? We have to try to get out, there we are, of doing this. Now, I know YouTube's not going to be liking this video one bit, okay? But this is how I feel. I actually feel, there we are, more freer when you have little. There we are, when you have little. Do you see what I mean, okay? I'm not one to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not that type of woman. I never have been, have I, dear little Kaz? I've never been that way. You know what I mean? If you have something, you have. If you do not have, you do not have. What's all the flipping commercial about? Do you understand what I mean? But this is what has been built, there we are, has been built around us. That's why we have to get back. I've seen a couple of lovely little mancan the other evening when I was out and about walking, and I said to them, I pointed to a tree. I said, please go and give that tree a hug. And I said, if ever you're feeling, you know, like you just need that, you know, I was just having a general conversation. If ever you feel you just need that release, you just need to feel that calmness. It was just a conversation I was having, that was all. You know, nothing wrong with the mankind. I was just like simple things, having a conversation. And guess what they did? They said, that tree there? I said, yes. And they went and hugged it. And I said, how does that feel? And they said, you know what? This is genuine, Martin, babies, in my camera to you all. They said, you know what? They said, it really did make them feel really lovely and, you know, just my words, very nice and warm and fuzzy inside. Do you see what I mean? Okay, we need to come back to that. So I couldn't give a damn if one see me hugging and kissing trees, and I couldn't give a fiddler's F. Things like that just do not bother myself. What makes myself happy, there we are, is that. And at this, you know, because it is a process, trying to grow food, there we are, that is what makes myself happy. And yesterday I made a little cake, you know, and I shared it. I'm going to do another one today, dear little Cash, you can have some cake. You know, and the point of the matter is, so I share it. So for myself, there we are, it makes myself, there we are, much happier. But not everybody could say live the way that I do. But would I want to swap my life for somebody who is, and that doesn't mean, yes, certainly not, who's in one of these, what do they say, professional jobs? You know, would I want to swap my life and have a flashy wheels, brum brum, okay? Get up every day like a little robot, dressed in a little whistle and flute. You know what I mean? Little man, little woman in little suit, isn't it? So would I like to do that where everything is so fast paced? You end up with a stress head because damn thing's giving you stress. So do I want to be like that? No. So I just live the way that I live. But it may not suit everybody. But if you've got yourself into that, where you've got to have so many holidays a year, you've got to have a flash wheels, brum brums, you've got to have this, you've got to go out for meals at least 3-4 days a week, you've got to have the latest clothes, shoes, handbags, for men, wallets, watches, whatever, mind you, for some women, watches, you know what I mean, okay? Well, I feel sorry for them, because it's going to be much hard. There we are, much harder to come away from that. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying there's a reason, there we are, why I say and do the things I do. Do you see what I mean? Never without any reason. I never do anything that's senseless ever. But for myself, I feel that, there we are, I actually feel like I do good, there we are, for mankind. There we are. I genuinely feel that. Okay, my holistic babies, 2 more videos, because I'm going to let you know how mankind can work. 2 more to go very quickly, okay? I not usually do long videos these days. And I decided I don't want to do go on Rumble. No. No. I just feel I watch videos off Rumble, but I don't want to go on it. Something just keeps telling myself no. So even though I'm saying, okay, is this platform going to work for me? Is that platform going to work for me? No, something's telling me, there we are, to keep away. There we are. It's telling me to keep away, and it has been for a while now. Okay, I cannot explain right now the reason. Okay, there we are, but there is a reason. Okay. Now, this one here, 345,000 subscribers. Capital N, Neil, space, capital O, Oliver, okay? I was listening to a really good video today with Neil Oliver and John Waters. It was a banging video, nearly an hour and 10 minutes long, and on YouTube, and the video should read Neil Oliver, then 2 dots. I can never remember what they mean, okay? I always remember the hyphen, okay? Or the underscore, you know what I mean? A big change is coming. Okay, my Delish babies, I just repeat it again quickly. Neil Oliver, 2 dots. A big change is coming. This was a really banging video to listen to, my Delish babies. So this is what I do. I was also listening to our lovely, dear Iconic, and like I say, with anybody not in that way, okay? Lovely, dear Iconic, okay? They've banged out, they always do anyway. Excellent video today, and they always bang out. YouTube, they've got 15,000 now, so fandabby dozy, yeah. And then you got our lovely David Icke on the. I should just laugh at me. She knows what I'm like. I just sing it, I just do it. You know what some would call mad. This is my normal. Okay. You know, but what is normal in this world? Do you know what I mean? Our definition of normal, anyway. And then you got our lovely DavidIcke.com, but he's also on YouTube, David Icke. Oh, sorry, excuse me, pardon me. And then you've got our lovely Gareth Ark on YouTube, our lovely Jamie Ark on YouTube, and our lovely Richard Willett with a double L on YouTube. My delicious vibes, okay? Now then, very interesting videos to take a listen to. I cannot explain this enough. Okay. Now, finally, I don't know if any of you would remember being so very kind enough to even listen to my videos, to even view my videos, or to even put a like. So thank you for any views, for any likes, for the occasional comments. How I love you also. You're wonderful, beautiful, delicious, and I love you. Now, about 5 months ago, I advertised to do with our Brummyland, which our Brummyland, it's great here, isn't it, dear little cast? We're very friendly. We're friendly. Okay? And I happened to come across this uploader called capital G, Gloomy, space, capital S, Sunday, space, capital T, Traveller. Okay, that's the uploader. All spaces, Gloomy, Sunday Traveller. Now, about 5 months ago, he was up to, what was it when I advertised him, about 3,000 something. I need to go up, look back on my book. Sorry, my delicious babies. I do not need to stumble here, not at all. He's now up to 17.8 thousand subscribers, my delicious babies, okay? And his latest video, which is nearly 2.5 hours long, should read, I've read 1,000 books, then in brackets, the decline of intelligence in modern societies. 2 of 2. Okay, my delicious babies, I'm just going to repeat that again for you. I've read 1,000 books, the decline of intelligence in modern societies. Yes. So now we're going to go back, my delicious babies, because we must always remember to go back. Now, very quickly, what do I have to say about this? You know, talking about helping mankind. Well, since I advertised in my delicious babies, well, I happened to mention on another video, man, months back, that I happened to see your man there now then, carrying what looked like a turquoise, you know, same colour as my pen teal, lighter than that, okay? Co-op bag. And I remember saying on one of my videos months ago, I forget which one it was now, okay? I need to listen back. That means a lot of listening, okay? So I'm just going to make it simple things and just explain. And I remember saying on my video to do with the co-op carrier bag that he was carrying, I said, I wonder is, you know, words to effect, gone up to him. Do you see what I mean? Yes. If you could see him now, my delicious babies, and I remember saying when I advertised him, and that was to do with the zombies in our town centre, the way that he'd edited the video, okay, the way he'd done everything, and of course not in that way. The way that he'd edited the videos, his sheer intelligence, he has travelled in the world as well, okay? So he's got an abundance of real laugh, shall we say. Now, I remember saying on my video, I wish somebody could help him because I could see a lot of potential, a lot of talent, not in that way. I could see a lot of talent in that young man. Now, he travelled everywhere and nobody would help him, even when he put up cardboard, you know, to say, you know, just to get a job. Do you see what I mean? Somebody who wanted to work. I mean, when he's doing his press-ups, you know, you're talking about a very fit man. I think he's from Poland originally. And when I seen your man there now, it upsets me just like it does with anybody who's homeless. But I wanted somebody, there we are, to see him, to draw their own conclusion and to give the man a chance. Now, if you look at where he is now, Martin, look babies on that video that I've just advertised, you wouldn't even believe that you're looking at the same man. Not at all. Okay? So I feel, there we are, in myself, shall we say, to play a part. And by the way, I do not have an ego either. Do not believe in that either. But it just all seems to gel together, there we are, shall we say, that since I advertised him, I mean, that video alone in our Brummie Town Centre, nobody else could do a better video than his. And I've done saying this on my videos. Just couldn't do it. Okay, the way he put it together was absolutely unbelievable. There we are. Do you know what I mean? My delicious babies, okay? And it was all genuine to do with the sadness, there we are, that was going on in our Brummie Town Centre. Okay? Well, I'm so super duper happy now. So I would say that, let's just say, there's always somebody seeing and somebody hearing, isn't there? Because let's just say, I've helped him to, there we are, to get himself back on his feet. And that's what I believe that one should do as well, because I'd say that I played, there we are, a part in that. But when I seen it, I just thought, good on ya. Fair play. Somebody has taken you under their wing and they're giving him a chance. Now, imagine in each of our cities and in our countries all over the world, and we could sort the wheat from the chaff, not meaning that in a nasty or vicious or spiteful way. What do I mean by this? We could see the ones who feel that they're lost, but they've got so much, there we are, to offer, there we are, the world. So they could have excellent computer skills, they could have excellent ways of growing food. You know, how do we know that a lot of these are not super duper cooks, super duper bakers, super duper carpentry? Everybody has it's not a story, it is a reality of life, of where they actually were at one point in their life and then where they ended up. But if everybody worked, there we are, together, we could then create more of that dear man, not in that way, not in that way, more of that dear man. Because he's been given a chance, there we are, you know, with your man there, he's going to, for whoever it is who's helping him, deliver the goods. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay? And that's how I want to leave my video. All it takes is working together. What do you call it? Teamwork. That's all it takes. And you'll find ones who've got skills, but ones who just pass them in the street, maybe, buy them a drink or a sandwich, but, never really stop to say, well, what could you do? What are your talents like? What have you done in your lifetime? But how many actually really take that time to stop and talk to somebody? There we are. Do you follow what I'm saying? My delicious babies, please, and thank you. So that's how I'm going to end my video. If we all did more of that, wouldn't it be so fabulous, wonderful, there we are, and delicious? I could just see it now. I've just been seeing log cabins and everything in front of myself, fields, and that's what I've just seen. There we are, as I've just been talking in my camera to you, my delicious baby. Just imagine what can be done. You see? So what is the point I'm making? Nobody is worthless. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has an ability for something. Apart from our beautiful dear, little mankind who very sadly, they've got a very severe disability, okay? But everybody, and even if you do have a lot of severe disability, even if they cannot use hands or feet, they find another way, which I just feel is truly wonderful and remarkable, not because they cannot have the use of their legs and their feet and their hands and their arms. Yeah, but some right with the mouth. And okay, so but what I mean is that I happen to have a very high respect. Do you see? So we're so blessed each and every day, but we must always remember, there we are, how big, not just in heart, but how big and strong we are. There we are. How useful each and every one of us are. Something that seems so minute, so tiny to somebody, to one now, could mean the world to somebody else. And if we started to adapt that, there are some really good out there who do help the homeless, bless them and help, do you know what I mean? But you need to get ones to remember who they were and who they still are. But when they're lost in that situation, it's like a vicious circle. It's very difficult to get out of. Okay, and I'm going to leave my video like that. And you agreed with that, didn't you, dear? Look, because you just went, you see. Anyway, so it's not a lecture. It's just I'm saying that, we just got to get back to how, there we are, how we're naturally supposed to be. Okay, my delicious little babies, so wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies, sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you, and may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you so. Okay, and until my next video, But it's just food for thought, isn't it? Food for thought. That's all I'm doing. But fair play to the young man there now then. He's got a job. He's clearly got a roof over his head. So it's a new beginning. There we are for him. So to whoever it is out there who happen to, to help this man, there we are, not in that way, not in that way. Thank you. And I'm saying that in my camera to whoever you are. Okay? Need to try and find more now. See what abilities, true abilities, these poor dear little souls on the street. Let's see what they're really made of. What skills do they have? What crafts do they have? What talents do they have? Okay, then I do believe, well, it's a long way to Tipperary, but we're halfway there. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? And I'm going to leave it like that. How I love you all so. Thank you once again for listening. I love ya. I've no idea how long the video's going to take to upload, but still. Take care. Love you all. Remember Ireland 1971, but remember the other 71 begins with a W. Okay. Mind you, some may say that the end letters and all, but anyway, I won't say that. I was talking about something else. Lots of love, my delicious babies. Okay, take care. You know what I'm talking about. Do a little catch laughing again. Love you. Take care. Thank you. Goodbye.